New tonight, we're hearing from a former patient of Dr. Brian Hyatt, who says he was held in the behavioral health unit against his will. A judge ultimately issued a court order leading to his release, which was caught on camera. Dr. Hyatt is the subject of a state and federal investigation and faces multiple lawsuits stemming from his time as medical director of the behavioral unit at Northwest Health. 5 News reporter Catherine Gilker has been on this story for months. She joins us now with new video of that patient's release. Catherine.
William Van Wy is one of 15 former patients who had filed civil lawsuits against Dr. Brian Hyatt, alleging they were held in the Northwest Behavioral Unit against their will. New video obtained by 5 News shows a sheriff's deputy going into the unit with a court order and leaving with Van Wy alongside him.
I have a court order from Judge Taylor in Circuit Court for the immediate release of Mr. William Van Wy.
As William Van Wy suffered from depression and anxiety in March 2022, he agreed to be voluntarily admitted to the inpatient behavioral health unit at Northwest Medical Center in Springdale.
Stayed there for about 5 days under Dr. Hyatt's care. I never have seen him in my life. I've never met him, even though I was under his care.
Van Wy's family had to hire an attorney and get a court order from a judge in order for him to be released.
I asked to leave every day for the last 3 days, and they would not let me leave.
Van Wy says Hyatt billed his insurance for 2 visits during his stay, specifically saying Hyatt met with Van Wy for about 45 minutes each time. In all, billing his insurance for tens of thousands of dollars, even though he says he received little to no care.
You think of a hospital as somewhere where you heal and someone that's supposed to help you along the way.
After about 12 hours of being in the unit, Van Wy knew something wasn't right. He says he never met with a doctor and only went to 1 group therapy session during his 5-day stay.
We continued to talk about our favorite Sonic drink. That was the extent of the therapy that I received there.
He says he asked to leave multiple times and asked how long he was staying there.
They consistently said the average stay is 7 to 14 days, and everyone repeated this. The average stay is 7 to 14 days. It was like they were reading from a script or something.
Van Wy says when the deputy came with the court order, the hospital worker came into the unit screaming at him to sign a large stack of paperwork, threatening to bill him without going through insurance if he didn't sign, but he refused.
I honestly felt so threatened in that moment that my life was at stake. My mental health was at stake. I was extremely scared.
He says he was negatively impacted by his stay there.
You go to a hospital to get well and not get worse. And after my stay and my treatment there, or lack thereof treatment, I definitely fell into a deeper depression.
This is the moment Van Wy was finally free from the unit.
Oh my gosh, you saved my life. You don't even understand.
I hope this never happens to anyone else, and I hope this gets more and more attention because it's really important that people see the evils that this guy did and continues to do every day.
Court records show Van Wy was just one of several former patients who had to get court orders to be released from the behavioral health unit. Dr. Hyatt was the medical director of the unit from January 2018 to May 2022. Hyatt is currently being investigated by multiple agencies, including the Drug Enforcement Agency. In recent months, I've reached out to Hyatt multiple times for comment, which included a visit to his Rogers private practice last week. Staff there said he had no comment on the pending investigation or litigation. Catherine Gilker, 5 News.